Senator, you can say hello to Kermit Miller from KRCG.
Hello, Kermit.
Hello, Senator. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, doing fine. We'll talk FEMA and we'll talk insurance. We'll start with FEMA. And this is a bit of a long setup, but in March, we have deadly storms in Missouri. They have deadly storms in Arkansas. Both states send in requests for relief. Arkansas gets told no. Since then, Kansas, in a similar request, has been told no. Missouri is still waiting for a response on that request, along with, I think, Kentucky and several other states. Then we fast forward to yesterday, and I've rewatched your exchange with Kristi Noem several times, and all I hear is a promise of expediting the request and the processing, not a guarantee of getting anything. Cut to the chase, why should Missouri have any confidence that we're going to get any relief from this administration after this storm?
Well, because we need it and because we're entitled to it under the law. I would note that our applications haven't been rejected, number one. And number two, it is clear Missouri qualifies for major disaster relief. And I can just tell you, Kermit, having been to St. Louis, walked the streets, been to the neighborhoods, seen the damage, and talked with residents, we need it fast. And that's my message to FEMA. I've spoken in addition to the secretary, whom you mentioned just a second ago. I've spoken to the FEMA administrator multiple times in the last 24 hours, and I made very clear to him the delay needs to stop. Our need is extreme. We have been waiting for months, as you point out, for a couple of these disaster declarations. We've lost almost 20 people in the state in the last couple of months to severe weather. We need relief, and we need it fast.
But you have heard the president say, as far back as Helene, that this is a state problem, not a federal problem.
No, what I've heard the president say is that FEMA is often corrupt. And I have to tell you, based on how FEMA has behaved in the last couple of months, I'm coming more and more around to that point of view. I mean, the truth is that Missouri's requests have been bottled up in FEMA for months now. I don't understand it, which is what I said to the administrator yesterday. I want to see some relief here. I want to see people get relief. I want to see boots on the ground from FEMA. I want individual assistance that we clearly qualify for. That's the direct assistance to our residents. I want to see them get it. And I can tell you that every day that FEMA delays in this is, to my mind, a day that the case is being built. We need a total overhaul of FEMA. I'm not very receptive now to these arguments that, FEMA needs to be preserved and it's sacrosanct. FEMA isn't doing anything. I mean, and by the way, they've done this to us before. We've seen this when we've had flooding in Missouri, when we've had other tornadoes in Missouri. They're slow. They often don't get the assessments right. They don't get the awards right. In some cases, they give people a damage assessment, a damage award, and try to take it back. That's happened multiple times in our state. This is ridiculous. Right now, we're in a crisis. We need that FEMA relief, and I'm going to be a dog on a bone until we get it.
CBS News tells us that the FEMA staff is reduced by a third, people accepting the president's buyouts. Can they expedite anything there?
Well, I don't know. This has been a problem for years and years. My view is I'd like to get rid of everybody who's in Washington, D.C. and move them all out to the field. I mean, my view is you've got a lot of people sitting around in an office, or maybe it's not even that. Maybe they're sitting around at home, but they're certainly not doing a lot of work. I want to see some work. I want to see our disaster requests get approved. They need to send them to the president, quit delaying. They need to get people on the ground in Missouri. They need to get a relief awarded where it's due. And I don't want to hear any more excuses for it. And as I say, every day that goes by on this and FEMA drags us out, to me, makes stronger the case there needs to be fundamental reform at FEMA. I mean, we've seen in the last year the most unbelievable behavior from FEMA. You remember when the disasters with the Hurricane Helene and others, where you had FEMA officials who weren't going to households that had Trump signs outside of them. I mean, what in the world is going on at this agency? Here's my bottom line. I don't want to hear any more of that garbage from them. I want to see Missourians get their relief right now. And if they don't, if there are further delays, I think we need to think about a top-to-bottom overhaul of this agency. I mean, this just cannot keep happening like this. And I don't want to see Missourians continue to get the short end of the stick.
Now, briefly on private insurance, I watched that hearing as well. I heard the adjusters say they were directed to reduce the amount of loss before their reports were submitted. Is this criminal behavior?
Should be. Should be. I mean, it looks like fraud to me. I mean, when you have, and here's the reason it's fraud, is because they tell the policyholder, well, you just don't quite qualify under the terms of your policy. But the testimony that we heard from adjusters, and I've got even more, Kermit, whistleblowers, sworn testimony in written statements that came into the committee, all of which we will make public, that says that over and over again, these insurance executives told the people on the ground, change your reports. change your factual findings, change your summary of the policy, change it always 100% of the time in order to reduce the award. This is outrageous. I mean, really, it is systematic, serialized fraud. And this is why I've said, here we are now in the middle of a natural disaster, series of natural disasters in Missouri. I want to see full payment of claims from our insurance companies in Missouri. State Farm, I'm talking to you. Allstate, I'm talking to you. Every insurer in Missouri, I've sent them all letters. I want to see full payment of claims. Otherwise, you're going to start getting subpoenas from me. I mean, this is outrageous stuff, and Missourians, again, should not be getting the shaft. They need to get their policies paid out.
Kermit, really sorry. We've definitely gone over our time here.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Kermit. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.